Some jarring numbers from the Labor Department today. The Consumer Price Index has inflated by 8.3% since last year. Slight decline from last month, likely due to the Fed's interest rate hikes. Then there's gas prices. AAA statistics say the average price for a gallon of regular has reached an all-time high of $4.37. That's 17 cents an increase since last week, 26 cents since last month, and a whopping $1.41 since last year. Here to weigh in is renowned economist and the father of supply-side economics and member of Ronald Reagan's Economic Policy Advisory Board from 1981 to 1990, Dr. Art Laffer. Dr. Laffer, it's always wonderful to see you, sir. And, you know, economists I've been speaking with tell me
Thank you, Chris.
that Biden has so mismanaged the economy that the only tool left to stop runaway inflation is to raise interest rates and throw America into recession. How are you reading it?
Well, I think raising interest rates would do it if he raised them enough. I mean, Paul Volcker, if you'll remember, back in 1980, 81, raised the prime interest rate to, I think it was 21.5% when we came into office on January 20th, which made it way above the actual rate of inflation, which was in the mid-teens. And that's the only way of really tightening money to get them to not have the access. And then inflation came down slowly over the next 4 or 5 years to reasonable levels. Reagan did it. That's the only way I know this administration could do it, but they're not going to.
Wow. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, in the meantime, claims that not keeping abortion on demand in every state will harm the economy. Listen.
I believe that eliminating the right of women to make decisions about when and whether to have children would have very damaging effects on the economy and would set women back decades. Roe v. Wade and access to reproductive health care, including abortion, helped lead to increased labor force participation.
Dr. Laffer, is this sound economic analysis or a committed leftist who will say anything to keep unregulated abortions going?
Well, let me just make very clear to you, Chris, I'm an economist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of those other things. So I don't comment on things outside of my profession. I just don't do that. I shouldn't do it either. But let me just tell you, what she said about that with regard to the economy is the biggest nonsense I have ever heard in my life. That is just a stretch beyond stretch beyond stretch, and it is silly in the extreme. She should stick to economics as well and not talk about stuff like this, which she doesn't know anything about.
Meantime, when discussing the economy, Biden acts like he's still on the campaign trail. In a statement today, White House blaming Republican policies for burdening American families. Quote, Republicans talk about inflation, but their only plan is to raise taxes on working families, taking even more money out of their pockets. If they are serious about inflation, they should send me the bipartisan innovation bill to bolster our supply chains and make more in America, end quote. But Mr. Laffer, the Republican policies are not in place. They're not in force. Biden's policies are being implemented now. What do you make of Mr. Biden's attempt to blame the Republicans for his policies?
You know, I think he's talking about Rick Scott's plan, the senator from Florida, and it was just a plan thrown out there. I don't think it's supported by any other Republicans. It's one person's proposal and thought piece let out there, and he just was desperate to find something to yell at Republicans about. The Democrats control the House completely, they control the Senate completely, and they control the White House completely. To talk about Republican plans being the problem is the silliest thing I can imagine. They can do whatever they want to try to stop inflation, and they're not doing anything. What they do, however, Chris, is they're making it a lot worse. The XL pipeline, all these other things that they've done, all the spending has done horrible things. The Fed's done a bad policy there, and we're just sitting now reaping the harvest of the whirlwind, and that's what's happening. And these latest numbers are nice for this month on the CPI, but they're bad for this month on the core index. Last month was the worst month in history on the CPI. This month was about as good as you get since 21. But, you know, all these things just bop around and wiggle. When you've got airline fares going up, they raised the fares once, Chris, and then that number is in this month, even though they're going to keep it there for 6 months. You know, what you want to do is you'll want to look at this thing from month to month and see what's going on I'll tell you very honestly, the next 2 months you will see the CPI tapering off ever so slightly, because the numbers that are being dropped off 11 and 12 months ago were very high numbers. But after the next 2 months, in the 3 months coming up to the election, the numbers dropping off the index are extremely low numbers. So what you're going to see is inflation skyrocketing coming into the election. That's my view based on the existing numbers today. Now, obviously, new numbers can be lower or higher and change that forecast.
Sure.
But based just on the numbers we know, there's going to be a big increase in inflation coming into the election.
Good grief. And of course, that's just not only bad news politically speaking, but it's just bad news for just normal folks. And that's really what I care about. Dr. Art Laffer, sir, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the time.